Konnichi, Wahgwan, biggest guy here, Jamaican content creator. I am back. Hopefully, I'm actually going to do this more often. Working on lighting setup still to sort it out. Next time, I decided to start re-recording these podcast talking videos and stuff because there's a need. There's a gap in the stuff that is out there. It's all about this. Um, yeah. And as a Jamaican living in Japan for the past 10 years, I think I do have valuable information or perspective on life in Japan in a very balanced, very real way. The issue for most persons is that they put people put Japan on a pedestal, which is I mean that's whatever you want to do. If you want to work in Japan, work in Japan. I don't care. But just don't tell me what I'm saying is a lie, unless you've actually lived here and experienced it. Cool. Now, a couple of things hit my feed, my timeline feed the other day, Instagram and stuff. There's this video of these girls, white girls, white girls, white tourists, I presume, on the train in Japan, flashing and then recording it. You see, there are two things I'm glad for, and I'm going to keep it 100, as I always do. I have two things I'm really glad for: the fact that it wasn't the black people one, and the caucasity in which the caucasity they had to flash in the daytime. I might add, on a Japanese train. The sanctity of the one of the most hallowed modes of transportation in Japan, one of the most frequent and busy modes of transport in Japan, the train. Apparently the train wasn't that full. But just to flash and then you to upload it online. Now you're already playing into the stereotypes of foreigners who come to Japan and just disrupt the whole way of living. And nothing's wrong with being a disruptor, but it must be a disruptor for good. You know what I mean? And for meaningful and if an impactful or meaningful and effective change. My issue is that, well, one thing is all goes well for all my black people who have not been flashing people on the train too, but it must have smashed the ideas of these Japanese people who obviously have these, I'm going to say it, because have white foreigners on a pedestal and see them as the nicest and the cleanest and whatever. And I'm not making it about race, but it kind of is about race, because even some of the jobs that like for example, being an English teacher in Japan or teaching the Eikai or whatever, a lot of the parents would prefer, if you're one from a first world country, i.e., or first world region, aka Europe, France, England, Germany, wherever, or America, or Canada, and they would prefer if you were kind of like, a little bit on the Mayo side. But it is what it is. I don't care. I have called my left an indelible mark in my company. I feel they have made me feel welcome. Although there's certain things I don't like, but it is what it is. Alright, and so we're already behind the 8 ball as foreigners in Japan. And so just try not to do too much. I mean, you can do some of the things that the Japanese people do, fine. But don't go out there and do extra. Especially if you're not a resident and you're not paying taxes or you're not contributing to society anyway. Jesus. Anyway, speaking of foreigners and disrupting, now, I hope you guys remember the guy, Johnny Somali. He was here a couple of months ago, years ago, and he did some crazy stuff in Japan, talking about Nagasaki bombs on the train, etc., etc. And he got attacked by a couple of Japanese members of society here, which is very rare. The new age of Japan, acting out, social media, etc. So this homeboy, I told in jest, I said maybe he should go to Korea and they will accept him. He went to Korea and they have accepted him with open arms. They have loved Johnny Somali so much in Korea that in fact they have banned him from leaving the country. They have banned Johnny Somali from leaving the country because they love him so much, and they're going to keep him there detained because they love him so much. I hope you're picking up the sarcasm because they hate that man. That man is a disgrace to whichever country he represents, and he's a disgrace to the kinfolk, because apparently Somalians don't see themselves as black. That's a story for another day, but I don't care. He went to Korea and was acting a fool and acting stupid for streaming live, doing stuff. I think he used AI to create a girlfriend in somebody's likeness, something along those lines, and that was the straw that put the comments back. But this man is stupid. He's in the Korean store playing loud music, eating, opening beers. No, he's just doing. Oh God, he just be like a hole. And that is what people online apparently like. Live streamers, he's getting donations and stuff. Why do people like to see degenerate behavior? What is about it that makes you guys feel that people online? Why do people like to see those things? I don't know. I will never know, and I just don't get it. And if we are being real, this is where the entertainment has gone to. People have such low attention spans that they need to see something every 5 seconds, just bam bam in the face, live action, blam slam slam, and persons are unable to parse things. They can't tell what is real from what's not real, what is satire from what is a real tone, and it's really showing up the education system, which apparently the Department of Education will be cut by Mr. Trump in America. But that's a story for another day. Why am I even going with there? That's just me. I just hit the topics and I just go off on tangents all the time, and probably that's why, you're out here at 38 years old doing the damn thing. I'm kidding. Yeah, so I mean, Johnny Somali, I don't wish you the best. You get what you deserve because you have been a pain in every place you have gone to, and that is just that. And I'm not saying foreigners are not supposed to act within the individualism and whatever, but you have to observe the laws of the land. And the laws of the land dictate you to behave a certain way. You kind of have to blend in. You know what I mean? I am not one to be like, oh, goody two-shoe conformist and white is whatever. There are a lot of things I don't like about Japan. Things that are not obviously deal breakers because I'm still here. And I think people fail to see past when I say when I want things to change in Japan, I want to see things for the better. And excuse me for bringing my apparent Western ideas and ideologies that are going to be detrimental to the traditions of Japan and the society. But I mean, equal pay for women if they're doing the same job, why not? Women being able to be represented in the parliament. Did you know that I think it's less than there were only 2 women? 2. Oh, wait, I can't remember. Something about women in politics. I can't remember right now. I don't want to go off and say the wrong thing and get fact checked because I like to be on top of my business. Alright? But that is what it is. That's what we're dealing with right now. And persons just don't know when to behave. I am not a strict person. Even my lessons when I teach my kids, I'm not really a strict teacher. I give them the basic rules of the company and the guidelines for the class. And I say, hey, especially my older kids, I'm just laid back and chill because I like those teachers when I was going to high school and junior high school. Well, I only went to high school in Jamaica, but the same age. Jamaica only has high school from the 7th grade to 11th or 12th grade or 13th grade, while in America and Japan, you bring them up into junior high school and high school. All right, cool. So it was just one of those things I respected from teachers who were able to make us feel like adults and gave us a lot of leeway to do things once we're behaving the right way. Once we started behaving like children, they would treat us like children, and we'd reset again for the next lesson and that sort of thing. So I try to give my students that sort of vibe. I tend to get results, so it is what it is. With that being said, both my parents were in the education system, were educators, are educators, and so I never saw myself doing education or teaching. And a lot of the things that they tell you about coming to Japan and teaching is not they don't tell you all the stuff. And I understand there's stuff that you need to experience by yourself, and you learn better through experience, but I would love to be advised about certain things. In terms of positives, I never expected to be as connected to students and families and siblings. I never expected that at all, that I would actually become connected to these people. And people become strangers, become family, and real emotional connections, real cultural exchange, real impact. Eventually, you see them picking up your accent as well, or your rate of speech or style of speech, and your sense of humor as well. It is just a crazy thing that you can't bank for. I mean, I never bargained for this, and I really hate when foreigners look down on teaching, like teaching is, it's such an easy gig and a monkey could do it. Yes, a monkey could do it. A monkey could also be the president of the United States. A monkey could also cook. A monkey could also do all these things, but how well do they do it? You know what I mean? How are they competent in doing it? You know what I mean? What's the point? Yes, you have bad people who come here just to cruise and are bad people and are low quality people. They are in every facet of life. They're in every job field in life. Crappy people. And people who coast along and get by because of whatever reasons, nepotism, etc. But to insult teaching because it's quote unquote it's not really a real job. And I get it. Some AKIs and some places you don't really do much. But do you know what you're doing when you spend time with a child? Children are like sponges. And the fact that you are one ambassador for a country, two, a foreigner, so you're already ambassador for foreigners everywhere in Japan, and for your race, it's absolutely crazy. Then, apart from doing that, you have to be able to be a psychologist because you have to understand how the children learn, what state of mind they are in, what is their family state. I mean, it's just a lot. Does this person have disabilities? Because in Japan, mental disorders are not even something they speak about, or they misdiagnose children. You know what I mean? Is this child on the autism spectrum? What does that mean for the rest of the students? And now you have to create an environment for all the students to be able to have fun and learn English, something that a lot of them don't want to do. All right, so that's psychology. You have to be able to be a counselor as well. Even though you might not speak the language, you have to be able to account for the child's emotions and be emotionally intelligent. What are you people talking about? Just because you're in a fancy finance thing and buying stocks on the market, or you're an engineer, you're a programmer, you feel that you're better than somebody that's teaching children English? Please. The impact that you have as somebody in a finance, the impact of a person who is a teacher, not an English teacher, but a teacher in general, is far more reaching than the impact of somebody who is an engineer that just is maintaining something, let's say, and somebody is coding and creating a program. Because if all those students, if all the teachers stop teaching and there's nobody to continue in the way of education for a person to go forward, what are you, bro? You know, not overselling or speaking about that. I just don't like when, especially foreigners in Japan, talk crap about persons who come to Japan and are teaching. I probably enjoy teaching. I don't even know they enjoy teaching. You know what I mean? Not everybody can be an engineer, not everybody can be a doctor or a lawyer, not everybody can be a scientist. Some people are sociable, are meant to nurture. Some people are caregivers. Some people are comedians. Some people are listeners. Everybody has a role. And if each person plays a role well, then society is better off for it, right, Pickles Jr.? Piggly? Shout out to Shauna. Shauna, my friend from down south, who met this with me. Big boss. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm just saying this to say that we need to change the psyche and the mentality that we have about like talking down on people's jobs. Because if they don't do it, who is going to do it? You know, the person the person that takes out the garbage, he plays an important role too. Even if he doesn't pick up the garbage, the place is going to start to smell, you know, create a haven for diseases and bacteria. Bro, like, what are you on, fam? What are you people on? Being high and mighty because you're in your posh jobs and making how much millions of dollars. Bro, everybody needs everybody. Just treat people well. And I think that's an issue that has plagued society. We don't treat people how we would want to be treated a lot. Very simple. Life is simple, you know. Life is simple. Humans make it hard. You know, everything's here for us, you know. We create the shortages. We create gluttony, greed. Sorry, I don't know what am I preaching. What are we here? Yes, foreigners in Japan. You see, that's the thing. There's so many emotions that run through when I see the foreigners in Japan and how they behave, and especially those that behave that they're better, like they are better than other persons. Those foreigners really grind my gears, like really get on my nerves. And also the foreigners that only respect you because of who you know or who knows you. I hate those fake people. I hate fake people. I hate them. But you have to deal with them in life because, you know, it is what it is. And they're in every facet of your life, everywhere. Whether you go to church or not, whether it's in your workplace, you know, around you at the bar, they're everywhere. These people are everywhere. So I don't know why people always say, "Oh, church is full of hypocrites." Well, the school is full of hypocrites as well. The court is full of hypocrites. What are you talking about? We can't go on and on. You know, this is just crazy to me. And another thing for me, while living in Japan for these last 10 years, I realized that more things change, more they remain the same. And you find that every spike in the amount of foreigners that get into the country, you start to realize why sometimes Japanese people don't like foreigners. Me as a resident, a lot of residents who have been here for over 5 years, they even start to say, "Yo, damn, these foreigners, man, just keep coming in." Like you start to think like that. I don't know what it is, but you see certain things, and you were there once. At one point, you probably would have done something wild or two. I'm always a wild person, no matter to me, but you realize that what is this that is happening right here, right now? You know what I mean? Absolutely crazy. But the Konnichi Wahgwan podcast, I don't want it to be too long, but I don't want it to be too short. I want it to be enough like you can wash your dishes and do it, or doing a little laundry or somewhere clean up place and do it. You know what I mean? That's the type of vibe I want. I want it to be something that you can think and even have discussions and leave your thoughts on it. Because I don't find a lot of probably I don't know where they are being posted, but other podcasts and videos about Japan are so surface level. No deep dive. I mean, there's so much that happens in this place. I know it's showing the true feelings about Japan. It's really annoying. And even within posts that are debunking myths, they're throwing a little exaggeration of the lie. Like I saw somebody send me a video today about things people tell me they don't believe about Japan. This has to be the absolute biggest rotted lie, sorry but French, I've ever seen. Japanese people's skins are flawless. Weird. Doko? そのこと言わないでね。全然違えわ、それ。Bro, from the kids to the adults, I have seen some of the worst psoriasis, eczema, whatever, skin disorder, whatever it is, ever. So when this girl come and fix her mouth or fix her fingers to type and post on Instagram that Japanese skin is flawless and it's because they bathe with this, I'm like, excuse me, go on any train. And within 5 minutes you're going to see somebody scratching. I swear to you. You're going to see some little red marks or little flakes or something. What are you talking about, Japanese? Bro, if you said Korean skin, I could have seen, because Japanese people use Korean beauty products all the time. They go to Korea to do cosmetic surgery because it's very cheap in Korea. What? Don't, guys, stop telling blatant lies, because the internet can debunk it right away. And I think that's the issue. For the need to go, the virality factor, the need to go viral, kind of allows people to compromise a lot of who they are. And it's what it is. Like, even like the example, the Chase Bank glitch. What did you think was gonna happen when you take money that don't belong to you? The bank? You don't play with bank's money, bro. That's one thing you never do. You never play with a bank's money. They're gonna get it. And they're gonna get it. Let me know what topics you want me to cover going forward. Like, and I'll try to hit them out once a week. Probably a weekly coverage of stuff, and try to be more regular on YouTube, and then of course clips on Instagram. Follow me on all social media platforms, Figures the Gaijin. Yeah, I'm out. You don't know, and hopefully some new news coming on. Alright guys, love you, bye, peace. Figures the Gaijin, the Jamaican creator. Yeah. Ikimashou!